Hi, it's Macro Geek. I've got a new lightsaber. So this is one of our old grab bag UltraSaber stunt only saber. It's just a battery and a lighting board in there. Super basic, but great for Halloween and convention costumes. No sounds, no ports on the thing. This is the new one I got, and I got this from AliExpress. Let me set this down. And this is made by TXQ. So I think it's LGT and TXQ are the two big providers that are doing a lot of import. So this guy was, I think, $60, shipped from a U.S. warehouse. So it came from Georgia to my house in about 4 days, and included the blade and the Allen wrenches and all the screws to put it back together. It's a aluminum chassis, and it comes apart in three pieces. It's pommel, grip, and emitter. And then if you want to see the electronics inside, they're like heat shrinked inside that plastic wrap. So you got a rechargeable cell, soundboard, and then the LED driver is up in the nose here. And the buttons pass through a hole in the casing. Now, I was not able to remove that chassis. The button doesn't clear the inside. I think you would have to pull the battery shrink off, take the battery out to get it out. But I'm not really interested in replacing anything right now, so I didn't go further than that. But if it broke, you could potentially repair the parts because it comes apart. So that's nice. So I sold my previous silver grab bag UltraSaber and got this because I wanted something with sound and a little more flexibility on blade colors. So to start with, I'm going to mute this. It's already powered on, so it has like a sleep mode, and then you hold 4 seconds on the button and that wakes it and your blue light comes on. So first thing I'm going to do is mute it so we don't have obnoxious noises while I cycle colors. So it's muted, and then when we power it up, it comes on pretty quick, pretty even lighting depending on color. It's always going to be brighter here. They use like a frosted blade, so you do sometimes lose a little intensity as you get to the tip, depending on the color. I did check this as a 1-inch core blade. You could swap this with something from UltraSabers or another manufacturer if you already own blades, but it's fine. It's, decent frosted polycarbonate blade. So once you've got it powered on, you can hold the button, and it's like 3 or 4 seconds, and then it puts you in a loop where you can tap to change lightsaber color. So I'm going to give you a quick comparison between the UltraSaber and there's your blade intensity. It's pretty fair. I think the main difference in color here, I think they're about the same brightness. I think it's mainly that this is a clear blade with a reflective material, like window liner kind of stuff inside, and this one's frosted all the way through. But I do like the flexibility of running through all the colors. I will point out the UltraSaber handle is thicker than the TXQ. I do think TXQ has other non-apprentice level handles that are closer to like the Gray Flex in size. But there's all your colors, including white. And then to do sound fonts, you have to shut the saber down. So we hold down for a 4 count and it'll turn off. And then I'm going to turn the sound back on. So we're going to count 1 second.
Low volume.
It's low volume. So you can do low, high, or mute. Low is pretty loud still. Now, here's my one beef with this saber is to change sound fonts. You have to hold the button for a 3 count and then let go, and it'll say a voice line to tell you whose sound font it is. And then when you next activate the saber, that's the active font, but there's no preview of the sound font. So you got to lock it in, boot the saber up, do a cycle, and then hold down that 4 count to turn it off again to get to the next one. So it's a little bit slow to find your favorite, but once you get there, you can just leave it alone. I think it's got, I forget if it's 5 or 6 presets in here, and they're flashed in, so there's like not a way to put an SD or USB connection to that board and change it. I think they flash them at the factory. So you just get what you get, and sometimes I've heard TXQ just randomly changes what's on their boards to be topical. So this one I think has like 3 good guy sabers, 3 bad guy sabers. I like about half the sounds. So I'm gonna do a cycle of each one, but I'm gonna do those as separate clips here in a second. Ben. This is Ben solos. One thing I will notice, if you move the saber when you're doing a deflect, it'll cancel the deflect noise. So if you're like, oh, wait, hold on. There, do you hear that? So try and click once and let it play through the whole sound, otherwise they sound kind of dumb. And then his lockup noise is... Dark Saber. I like this one. It's got a nice menacing hum. I'm not as satisfied with its deflect noise, which is, there's no rebound, it's just woomph. Lockup is, I like that sizzle at the end of the lockup. This one's Sidious. It has like this haunted ambience. I think that could be cool if you're cosplaying, but I don't know that I like it all the time. I like the ping deflect. I like the burn on his lockup cancel. This is the Kylo Ren crossguard noise. I like the idle. I'm not as a fan of the whoosh as much. It's a good deflect. And then I like the cancel on the deflect or the lockup. This one announces with Luke's voice saying, "I'm a Jedi like my father before me." I think it's supposed to be Anakin. I kind of hate this one. The idle noise is okay. What is that? I think it's the training droid noise. I think it's the training droid but I hate it as a Saber animation. It's got the same woomph as the cancel the bolt as the Dark Saber. Maybe it's the training droid noise, but I do not like this one. Okay, lockup and cancellation noise, but I just can't stand that swoop. This one's supposed to be Luke's, his standard saber. So probably it's actually the green one. I'm not going to change the color here, but I like that one. There's the sizzle on the lockup. Oh, I forgot to mention this does have flash on clash. So if you clack it on something, the blade will light up. It's similar to the effect when you do the blaster deflect, but different noise. I'm pretty happy with it. For 60 bucks for a costume saber, I'm not super worried about breaking if I wore it to a convention, assuming we have conventions again post-COVID, or a Halloween costume. I think it's great. And if kids wanted to play with something that felt a little more like a lightsaber, I think these would be okay if you set it up for them and explain to them how to work it, but the sound fonts are kind of annoying. Like they might keep getting into modes they didn't understand. Teens would be into it. If it were littler kids, I would be careful about the metal sabers with the pointed edges, because like that could potentially somebody get clonked on the head with that. That wouldn't be fun. Next thing I want to do is see if there are other blades that look better or less thickly frosted. I want to see what's out there that fits these sabers, and it kind of needs a Covertech wheel mount, and I don't know that I have the drill and tap kit to do that. So I'm going to look into that and see what's out there. But pretty happy with the purchase for what I paid. And it would definitely make me consider buying one of their step-up sabers, because they have some nicer ones that look like the Vader or the Reforged or the Leia or Rey sabers. And I know they have nicer ones that have programmable soundboards that are closer to the Profi. So anyway, I think I'm way more open to the imported China-built sabers than I previously was. Especially compared to the price of like UltraSabers, who uses a lot of like heat shrink and glue and tape and doesn't offer a lot of electronic features. Like, I'm amazed between the Saber I bought 4 or 5 years ago and its base level of electronics and what you get by default in these Econo Sabers now. So I think it's a good place to start. Obviously, everyone loves fully programmable sound and NeoPixel, and that's a whole nother market, you know, where you're at $400+ probably by the time you get it the way you want it. But I'm happy with my purchase, and we'll see how long it holds up and what kind of customization can be done to it. But I'm probably going to be a Jedi again this year for Halloween. Anyway, thanks for watching. You know, hit the buttons if you like what I'm making, and I appreciate you taking the time.